So during the process that all these videos are being created, I'm actually cleaning out my bookshelf. So I'm reading every single novel on my bookshelf to see if I enjoy it enough to keep it. This is The Ranger in Time, Rescue on the Oregon Trail. And essentially this is about a dog named Ranger, and he is a search and rescue dog that kind of failed his official service dog kind of test, and he finds this first aid kit and he gets transported back in time during the pioneering ages where they're in the United States, when they are kind of going, when people are still going on the Oregon Trail. And so he gets transported and he meets the Abbott family and he travels with them. The one thing that I did like about this book is it was a quick and easy read. I read through this thing in 2 days. It's small. It's a very small book. It's not super fat. I love the illustrations inside. Like, these were kind of adorable. I love this time period, first of all, so that might be something that some others will not like very much. This is kind of like a historical fiction kind of thing. The author does research on these historical events and he writes books kind of based around them. So this was one of them. I love the era of kind of this era of America, but I love this era of kind of either in America or Europe, or I just love this kind of like old-fashioned-ish era where there's still like horses and wagons, and I love reading about those eras. It's really awesome. It's just something I really enjoy. So usually if a book is in that area, like The Teacher's Funeral or Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, I'm into that type of kind of era. I love like the way that things worked back then. To be honest, when I first picked up this book, I thought I was gonna absolutely hate it. I mean, this looks very kiddie, and I've been reading a lot of kiddie books lately because they've just been sitting on my shelf, so I thought, why not pick it up? And I've pretty much hated every single one of them. So I was ready to be disappointed, but this did not disappoint. The plot was good and it was realistic almost to a sense, and which I guess that attributes to the writer's research of this time period, but it was very realistic. It wasn't kind of like this would never happen kind of thing. It was like, okay, this makes sense. This could happen. None of the characters annoyed me. Ranger is kind of just a dog. He's just a normal dog, and he basically, his goal throughout this entire novel is, even though he falls in love with these with his new owners on the Oregon Trail, his mindset is he's doing all of this to go back home. He wants to find his original owner, Luke. And I think that's just really kind of a nice companionship that the author has built up, where Ranger isn't like, I'm here for this great mission, or I'm doing something awesome for the world, or this is what my quest is. Ranger's goal is just to go home, and I think that's what makes him as a character more realistic, because a dog isn't going to want to change the world or save this family. And I feel like his motives for doing what he does makes more sense. It's more realistic, and that's what I liked about it. Also, the plot, something is always happening. It's never slow, so it's a very interesting read. Now, I would give this a solid 4 just because I enjoyed it. There was nothing that kind of bothered me. There was nothing that was super slow. So I actually really did enjoy this. So I would give it a solid 4 out of 5. The only thing, the reason why I wouldn't give it a 5 is just kind of, as is the nature of children's novels, it's just not immersive or enlightening, and the theme doesn't really teach you anything that's super important. But I mean, from a child's novel, that's usually the case. It's nothing kind of heavy in topic, but I would give this a solid 4 just because it's a super enjoyable book. A little kiddish book, I'd say elementary level. If you're in elementary, this is a great novel for you. Of course, this kind of goes for any age. Like, if you are an adult and you just want to have some fun, just to have something interesting to read, or just to have a break from like all the heavy vocab or all the kind of more challenging reads, I would say. This is a good kind of thing to pick up just to, I don't know, sit back and read it. You could probably finish this in a day. Just something to just read, I guess.